So that's how we're going to do this. Here's our videos for the week. I do need to throw one in here for the for Friday. So we're gonna throw one in for Friday. And then we're gonna watch this because people have been I saw some stuff recently about on TikTok, the good old clock app, of people uncovering a vampire baby corpse or something, and I asked my editor to find videos about this for us to react to because I didn't want to know anything beyond what I saw in like a little 1 minute TikTok video that was basically, we have found a baby, as archaeologists, being the we, have found a baby or a skeleton of a baby, or I shouldn't even say we, because it was a person talking about what archaeologists had found, which was the skeleton of a baby that's feet were shackled together, and the story about that gravesite being that it was the burial site of a zombie, and that it was actually the padlock around its ankles is actually there, or like whatever it is around its ankles. I'm not sure if they're shackles or if it's just a padlock. But whatever it is that's there around its ankles is actually there to keep it from rising from the dead. So I just want to. That's going to be tomorrow, okay? This is probably going to be Wednesday, Thursday, and then we'll have a Friday, a Flat Earth Friday conspiracy video, right? And then we'll have Saturday here, and then this will be next Tuesday, since that's the current schedule. So that's the plan for this week. Because this video wasn't supposed to be here. I was supposed to watch this one on Saturday, but I ended up sick, so we didn't do it. Anyways, we're going to watch what Asmongold had to say about this Diablo Season of Blood announcement for the season coming out October 17th, as you can see in the thumbnail. We're going to see what he has to say about it. But
so there has.
All right, actually, I take it back. I'm gonna like this right now because I'm just, even when I disagree with Asmongold, I appreciate the way that he puts together his editors put together his videos, and I appreciate the way that he presents his opinion and what he considers to be the facts of the situation. So we're just gonna drop a like because I know that I'm going to appreciate the video. But before he starts, I do want to say that I lost interest, like I've said this 1,000 times, but I lost interest in Diablo 4 pretty much after completing the story and getting to about level 62. I lost interest. I had no more interest in the game. You have no more story pushing you there. You're only halfway to the level cap, which is 100. Then you need to go do a bunch of side quests that, who cares? Who cares? It doesn't matter. And that's going to push you most of the way to 100, and then you're going to just grind out your dungeons from about level 75, 80 is what it seems like once you're done with your side quests. You're just going to grind out hell tides and nightmare dungeons until you get to level 100, and in hopes of getting the gear you want, and you're going to hit the world bosses when you can in hopes of getting whatever you can from them. And it just felt like I was wasting my time. It didn't feel fun anymore. And that's the whole point of a video game, is to have fun. So if it doesn't feel fun anymore, it starts feeling like chores. It starts feeling like a waste of my time. And so I didn't enjoy it. I played the one day that I played of the season on stream. I did take a look later on at some of the things you have to do for the season missions or whatever, and I was like, oh, okay, go find things that you took away from me that I already had found on the fucking map, instead of just giving me the credit for the season pass for the things I've already done and letting me play the fucking game, which enhanced the level of I'm doing chores in this game, and I don't care. I don't want to have to go find the waypoints again for me to have to fucking get experience in a battle pass. And you want to charge me money for the battle pass. and you don't want to give me enough of your currency for the battle pass for the currency to last 3 battle passes. Like, I'm good. I'm chilling. I am chilling on the whole thing. Don't want to play it. Like, what's the big deal? I get to go do a second, like, we beat the game, right? You get to level 70 and you're at the recommended level, or no. Yeah, I think it is. I think it's level 70, and then your recommended level for the capstone dungeon, so you can go to world tier 3, and then, or maybe I got this wrong, but the point is, you got to do your capstone dungeon, you open world tier 3, you do the next capstone dungeon, you open world tier 4, or maybe you beat Uber Lilith and then you go to world tier 4 or whatever, but like, who gives a shit? What's Uber Lilith have to offer you? Nothing. It's just a harder fight. Who cares? Who cares? Like, there's just not anything to make me care. The story was all right. It was interesting, but like, I finished it. I don't want to do it again. It wasn't good enough for me to go do a second time. That's for sure. And then they made it take longer for you to get levels right before the season came out, kind of like they're trying to milk your time, which once again made me feel like I was wasting my time. So odds are this isn't going to be an announcement that makes me think, oh, hey, you know what? I'll give Diablo 4 another shot. I hope that they're able to pull their heads from their asses and make the game actually fun and appealing, but they need to start playing the game. Actually just playing the game. I think if you're developing the game and you're on the development team for the game, you should be required to spend like fucking 4 hours of your workday playing the game. That way maybe you go home and you play the game a little bit on your own time, an hour here or there maybe, but you're spending half your day playing the game, so you know what is good about it, you know what sucks about it, you know what players enjoy doing, you know what issues players run into. Otherwise, what the fuck am I paying you a live service for? I want to pay you so you play the game and you know what's wrong with it before I have to bitch and complain for 6 months for you to address the fact that the problem exists and then propose a solution in the next year. Fuck that. Fuck that. I am over it. They need to do way better. So, I'm pretty much just done with Blizzard, and the only reason I'm playing Call of Duty at all is because my brothers play it, and it's how I get to spend time with them. So, I'll play Call of Duty still until they're pulled into a better game, and then I'll be done with that nonsense as well. So, it is what it is.
So there has been an announcement.
The whole company
there
sucks.
There has been an event. Diablo 4 Season 2 has been announced. That's right, gentlemen. They're going to do it again. They're doing another season. Well, let's take a look at it. Let's see what they've got to show.
I do want to point out that their seasons are, like, what are they, quarterly seasons, so that they have an influx of income or revenue for the profit for Blizzard to report to the Activision Blizzard CEOs and corporate leaders who don't give a shit about the people who pay for the product. They don't care about the consumers at all. So as long as their number of sales continues to go up, they'll continue making bullshit. So if you're not happy with it, don't play. That's my point. Like, that's why I'm not playing. I gave you the list of reasons of why I'm not happy with it, and I'm not going to play it. And there you go. Until they pull their heads from their asses, I won't play it. And that's about how I feel for all of Blizzard right now. Blizzard as a production company sucks. They're putting out another season when what they should be doing is saying, hey, we're going to postpone Season 2 until we're able to address certain issues within the game. And we're focusing our development time on addressing issues with players. If I had those situations there like that, I'd be chilling. You know what I mean? If that was what went on, I'd be chilling.
I saw a post about this. I heard it was relatively positive. So let's take a look. So it's going to come out on October 17th. On behest of their Dark Master, a newly turned army of ravenous vampires sets their sights on Sanctuary. Okay, that's really cool. You must learn to hunt the hunter. Your fate depends on it. There's going to be a new quest line, vampiric powers. So I guess maybe you can put those in your jewelry. And to wield against originators, 5 additional end-game bosses. Well, that's fucking impressive. 5 additional end-game, but that's awesome. Great. I mean, I don't know. I think this is really good. Good. With the ability to target specific unique and uber unique items as a drop and more. This actually looks pretty good.
He's right. Asmongold's right. That right there is a very good point. That's a good point for them to make because it's part of the problem they have in the game. Why should I care about Uber Lilith at all? It's not that she has unique gear that drops specifically off of her. You just kill her, you get in, and then you go do other shit, and you go hope that that drops the things you want because you have better odds in doing other content instead of killing Uber Lilith. So you're not wasting your time on Uber Lilith. Fingers crossed it's going to be better, right? So this is a good thing. This is something they needed to do. I'm just saying it's not enough. This should have already been there. I shouldn't have to pay you for Season 2 to see this. I want you to address these issues with the fact that you charged people $100, well, $70 to like $120 for the game, plus the season, plus a second season to get here. I'm not okay with it. I'm just not okay with it. I'm sick of getting half-assed games for full game prices. If you want to charge me money for a full product, then give me a full product. If you want to give me a product that's in the state that like this is in, I shouldn't pay more than $50. Not more than $50. The more work you still need to do when you give me the game, the less I should have to pay.
5 Liliths, yeah, it's like Uber Lilith, and then Fire Lilith, Shadow Lilith, and then like the colors are different. The attacks are different color. Okay, let's see this. Season of Blood will introduce a new quest line. Okay, I literally just read that. Okay, 5 end-game bosses, new and returning foes for additional end-game challenges, better target farming of uniques and Uber uniques, renown rewards. Rewards will carry over when completed on any prior character beyond Altars of Lilith and map discovery. So it looks like Diablo 4 will finally come out of beta in Season 2. Thank fucking God. And this also includes, listen, this is what they're saying here. Potion charges, skill points, obol cap increases, and paragon points. So we don't have to grind? Yes, thank fucking God. Yeah, this is great. The renown thing for alts, but only in that season.
So, the 5 bosses. Rewards will carry over when completed on any prior character beyond Altars of Lilith and map discovery. What's that mean? Beyond Altars of Lilith and map discovery, like what? Are you going to make people go get waypoints again? Oh, we let you keep the major waypoints, but you need to go find the other ones because we have that planned as one of the chores for you to progress your fucking season pass. Like, why? Why? Potion charges, skill points, obol cap upgrades, paragon points. Like, that all makes sense to transfer over. That should just be taking place regardless, pretty much, right? But are you still going to make me do dumb shit that feels like chores? Because it sounds that way.
Well, I think it's just
sounds like that's still the theme.
They're making a change in Season 2, but it's
not nearly
like they're
enough.
Add renown back in Season 3. If they do, I'm not going to play, right? And so let's see here. Additionally, we introduced some community quality of life upgrades with Season of Blood. More efficient inventory management for gems.
What's that mean?
This is good.
What does that mean
Paragon
exactly?
Points, everything carries over from Renown. Changes to functionality status effects such as vulnerable, overpower, crit damage, and elemental resistances. Great.
How exactly?
How
exactly? Overpower is good. Vulnerable, they nerfed into dirt. Critical strike damage is okay. I haven't really noticed anything take place there, but elemental resistances are a complete waste. They have absolutely zero effect. So what exactly is it you're doing? What are you doing to make this make more sense? Are you just giving us a single slot for gems, and that's it? And then what? Are you giving us more stash tabs? Or are we expected to carry a million fucking things in our bags still? And to stash things as much as possible, whereas look at what they've done with Season 1 with the Orbs of Malice or the Gems of Malice and all that shit that they have that only made the stash and the bag issue even more prevalent. Right? If that's how things are now in the game, what exactly is the solution? Are you giving us one fucking page of stash ability or no? Like, how exactly is this going to happen? This is ridiculous.
Status effects, let's read this. Update elemental resistances. Gems and stash
Still
gems
no
no
answers.
longer take up inventory space, thank God.
Stash and... So gems no longer take up inventory space. Like, that's nice, but, gems are the least of the problems. Like, you need a lot of space for gems. It's probably about a third of my stash on one tab, and that's it. You know what the rest of it is? The rest of it is gear that I have to throw in there, or the power off of a legendary that I've had to strip and throw in there because I don't have enough space to carry them in the slot in my bag, or the tab of my bag that's there for those. I don't have enough space for it at all. Just for those. And since at level 50 you start getting the best ones you possibly could, essentially as long as your rolls are really good, you just, why would I care? If the roll is peaked out and I'm getting the roll I need on that legendary for whatever build I want, why would I not pull that ability off of that legendary and keep it for later because it has the perfect roll? Because it's not better if it's an uber unique item that has the same thing on it, right? Like, the higher rarity doesn't give you a higher percentage cap than the lower quality does. So when you get your perfect roll, you get your perfect roll. You know what I mean? And you can put that on any quality of gear too. So what difference does it make? That is what takes up the majority of stash inventory in my experience.
Stash can be searched and filtered. Thank God. All right. And they've even...
Keep in mind, they're making you wait till Season 2 for these simple things that we've looked at. Thank God this is good news. What Asmongold's calling good news, it's saying thank God for, and this is good. These are things that the game should have just had at release, and that it's inexcusable for them not to have, as if they did absolutely zero research into anything that exists in any of their competition. PoE is based off of Diablo 2, and PoE has these things. PoE already has these things, and PoE is free. And Diablo 4 is supposed to be more based off of Diablo 2 than Diablo 3. Well, then why are you still looking just at Diablo 2 to base this off of instead of looking at PoE, which is a massive success, especially as a free game, and is also just... Oh my God, it's just so frustrating. Like, they didn't do any of these things. They didn't even talk to, like, the people who work on World of Warcraft within the same development company to go, hey, how do you guys have people load into the MMO world and not drag down the amount of memory space that you're able to utilize in the game, or the amount of, like, RAM usage or needs and necessities on the player end when loading into the world? Because, you know, right now we have loading everybody's stash and bags into your data when you load into the world. because they didn't even bother asking the people in the same company how they addressed this issue and released this fucking game in a state that's just, it should have been common sense to now offer you expected from this game genre. These are things that are already just expected to exist because they exist in literally every other version of the game. Diablo 3 has better stash management than this does. That's how irritating of an issue this is to me.
Then got a trailer. Let's take a look at it. Here we go.
Point and reference. Take the cube in Diablo 3, and where do you get all those affixes that you get to choose what to put on, like what gear you're going to put on it? Oh yeah, you break them down in the cube one time, and then it's in a log. You just select the one you want from the list of things you've broken down in the past. But they couldn't do that for you in Diablo 4, could they? The fact that these things are a bigger problem in Diablo 4 than they are in Diablo 3 is why this is not nearly enough for me.
It started small. Nameless people that no one would miss. Dead. Discarded. Their throats torn open. The church ignored the killings. Even as fear mounted like the bodies. The desperate and the brave fought to end the corruption. But they were too late.
All right.
That's cool.
It changed them.
I don't like how they do all these cutscenes. It looks like garbage.
Brought them back.
Like, Blizzard cutscenes used to be something that was, like, epic and moving and that you actually felt was, like, a cinematic that drew you in and had value and effort put into it. And now it feels like a PowerPoint slideshow presentation that they just did some CGI rendering to make it look like the art style they wanted. And then they took that artwork and just put it in the slideshow. That's what it looks like. And I'm going to just start using that as my basis. If this is the way that they make cinematics for their games, Blizzard still doesn't care about the product or the consumer. That's going to be my benchmark.
I have fought this plague a long time. We need something different. A survivor with all of their strengths and none of our weaknesses. Someone unexpected.
See, like, everything looks like shit. It just literally looks like a shitty slideshow.
Never see you coming.
Yeah, I knew they'd be too much pussies to do that.
Hunt them. Kill them. In the realm of darkness, we are the beacon of
Of course, they aren't going to show you. They're only going to imply
Let
that.
our faith pierce through the hearts of the damned. But tonight, we hunt.
I don't care enough to buy it. That's for damn sure.
Cool. I mean, I will say, like, we actually look at the gameplay here. These are just ghouls.
Yep. They're lowest tier mobs they could be.
They're just ghouls. Those are just revenants right there.
Like, they're not fighting anything
These
high
are the
level. They're not
revenants
fighting
from,
any bosses or
Fractured
anything.
Peaks that, like, impale you with the sword. It's the same mob. You see, he's about to do the sword thing.
More ghouls.
I think those are new.
Another revenant. There you go. Big deal. Like, it's not a big
deal. Those are
deal.
just the fucking teleporty boys.
Mm-hmm.
It's the exact same thing.
Yep. It's nothing new.
They just recolored the mobs.
Yeah. It's nothing new.
I mean, you know.
That's Blizzard. That's Blizzard. Like, when I said, oh, well, you know, it's the whole company, this is what I mean. This is Blizzard. This is the same shit they've done in World of Warcraft for decades.
That's better than nothing, I guess. But, like, damn. They gotta add more mobs into the game, man. Holy fuck, it's been 2 seasons now. I have zero excitement, man?
Exactly.
Okay.
Explains me. I'm not excited for it at all. It didn't change my opinion of it, that's for sure.
I got what I wanted, right? I'll tell you that. I got what I wanted. Like, there's no more renown farming. They're adding in more end-game bosses. I think this is a good patch.
It's a good patch. Is exactly correct. I am not paying you to put something in the game that was expected to exist when it launched. Right. That's where I draw the line on this. Like, you're giving us a season that should have been a patch, and you're going to charge people for the season pass. It's not worth it.
Like, I'm not talking about the content or anything like that, but the systems are going in a direction that I think is good and positive. And I don't need to have the game be
moving
perfect.
positive.
I just want to see it going in a positive direction. That's all. I just want to see it going in a positive direction. And I'm happy to see that it is going in a positive direction. Let's read some of the comments from YouTube.
Uh-oh.
Only Blizzard can present a stash search bar as a seasonal feature. Let me guess, blood orbs will replace malignant hearts and vampires will spawn randomly in nightmare dungeons and in special dungeons. 5 new bosses equals reskinned bosses. Vampire things equals malignant heart. It's safe to assume these vampiric powers will take
that's
space
the issue
in our
I've got
bags
with
and
it right there.
stashes. It changed them. It killed them because they were a sorcerer and it was the end game.
Oh, no.
I want to know how Prava didn't turn into pudding at the end of the game. 1.5 minute PowerPoint and 30 seconds of abilities.
Exactly what I said. The cinematic looks like a PowerPoint. Useless.
Already in the game. Bravo. You know Season 1 is doing well whenever they announce Season 2 right away.
Oh, yeah,
I hope
it's
the
a good
season
sign.
will be more gameplay impactful than the Malignant season.
I doubt it.
I still enjoy it, but the gameplay feels the same as the Eternal Realm. So we will be killing Malignant monsters, vampires, to get Malignant hearts, vampiric powers, again. Crazy. Seasons add more replayability to the game, but if the core of the game is boring, why would I want to replay it? Blizzard is like the restaurant you'd go to 20 years ago, but it has a different chef now. Every time you go there, you are full of fond memories, but leave disappointed and sometimes with food poisoning. Yeah, that was like going to Pizza Hut before they shut it down. Everybody always talks about, oh, I missed the Pizza Hut buffets. Guys, they were fucking garbage. But whenever I was 6, they were incredible, weren't they? I was too stupid to know any better. And every once in a while, I'd go to I'd go to Pizza Hut, the buffet.
It's
and
such a good analogy,
it's
though.
be good. No, it's not. As a kid, it was a bomb? Yeah, exactly. A pretty early announcement, isn't it? Didn't Season 1 just start a month ago? Yeah, true. I don't know. I mean, like, I think this is, like, this is all good. I mean, I'd like...
Like, those are good things, but the criticisms that are in the comments about the fact that Stash Tab is an announced seasonal thing shows just how much effort they put into making the game fun. They haven't. They're making the game meet the minimal standard, and they're trying to figure out just how little work they have to do to make the game something people will enjoy and then milk you for all you're worth. That's how this comes off to me.
I don't want to shit on them for this too much, right? I mean, like, I do think that, like,
it is moving it in a good direction, but it's just it's not enough for like this. It's bullshit to be a season.
The same NPCs that are in the game, and be like, oh, they're zombies. No, they're vampires now.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Come on, we know what this is. We know what's going on. This is a.
When I moved to America, I was shocked by how much clutter the cookware industry was selling.
That's why we...
The Revenant. Like you've got to add in new types of They don't even need to be hard. They just need to look different and just be cool. Like a lot of the PoE mobs, like for example, like those Kitava's heralds, the piece of shits. They added those into Harvest. And yeah, for sure, these are recolors. But they also have like those weird fucking crabby boys too, and those are new. So you've got to at least have some new mobs. It's weird that we didn't even see any of them hardly, The Kitava mobs in Harvest have some other attack.
Telling us there are 5 new bosses and we didn't see a single new mob. Real positive that that's going to be good.
Oh, the Explode? Yeah. That's super fun to get one shot by. Oh, I love that. I think it was already decided they would announce Season 2 at Gamescom regarding if Season 1 did well or not. Yeah, I think so. Usually this kind of stuff is planned way in advance. And, like, we all know Blizzard isn't dynamic. And do you really think that Blizzard actually did something within 1 month?
No.
No, of course not. This probably happened 6 months ago, guys, like a year ago. Like, and they were planning this for a long time.
Oops. This damn wire is all tangled up. I'm trying to untangle this shit. It's driving me nuts.
Blizzard president plus dev team directly responded and thanked on Woody Joe's Diablo 4 improvement video. Bellier made a whole video on that yesterday. I saw that. Yeah, I was going to watch his video. I don't know really when I'll have time to do that, but I saw it was like a half hour or so. I was really glad that he made that. But overall, guys, I'm going to be real.
It's not enough.
This looks good. Hopefully, we see some new types.
Let's see what he says.
Mobs to go along with the season. And
I understand where he's coming from, not wanting to rip on him too much because a lot of it makes sense. However, I refuse. So we're going to comment something here, even though he doesn't run the channel, right? I don't care. So we're going to comment, looks like moves in the right direction, but only fixing things that shouldn't have been an issue anyways. This would be a great patch and to announce the season coming after with mobs and dynamic efforts to impact gameplay would be a good seasonal announcement. This falls flat for trying to increase interest for the next quarter. Because that's how I feel about it. That's my thought sum up right there. That's it. It falls flat. Sadly, it is what it is. Diablo 4 looks like they're making changes that are going to take it in a better, more enjoyable direction. But it's not there. Season 2 is not going to make it the better, more enjoyable game. It's just going to be the game it should have been on release. At Season 2. If this wasn't just a multi-dollar company, I might complain about that. But Blizzard is just a multi-dollar company run out of a basement with a whole lot of value and net worth, let's say. Because they run like something you'd find in a basement and not doing well at all. It's too bad, but it is what it is.